Welcome back to the 14th installment of the Almost Athletic podcast. I'm Joseph Welch here with co-host Sumner Darlington, who, if you can't tell, if you listen to last week's podcast, he is back in his bedroom, it appears. He's no longer looking at the ocean at Seaside, Florida. So welcome back to reality, Sumner. How is it being back in the M?
It's good. We've been back for a little over about 36 hours now. Interesting travel day yesterday, but other than that, great vacation. Could not have had better weather. Couple shark sightings, which we'll talk about. Good food, good people. Could not have had a better vacation. So happy to be back. Good, looking forward to getting back into the swing of things and routine of things, but much needed halfway through the year vacation. So happy to be here.
Well, that's good stuff. I haven't had a beach vacation in a while, so I was definitely jealous. But if you can't tell, if you're watching, my gray background in my bedroom, I am in Knoxville, Tennessee, but I also had a little bit of traveling over the weekend. I left Knoxville on Friday for Memphis for a wedding. Shout out Joshua and Anna Kroll. He was my freshman year roommate at UT and went to school with him at ECS for pretty much the whole time. So shout out to them. It was a good wedding. It was nice to be back in Memphis, and I got some training done. Long run today with Sumner this morning before heading back to Knoxville. So yeah. So I guess before I go into my training update for the weekend and the week that just happened, let's hear from you, Sumner. What were you able to get done as you were vacationing?
Not a lot. I'll say that. I'll start that off. It was a light week. It was supposed to be a heavy week, but it was not. Let's just go into the stats because it wasn't a lot. Let's see. So we had six total activities, 5 hours and 23 minutes worth of work, a total distance of a whopping 22 miles. And so that included
half of that came today.
Yes, half of that was today. If you count Sunday's run of this past week, I had 9 miles. So technically, I mean, I guess Sundays count towards the week before. So I won't say that, but it went as such. Morning run this morning with you, Joseph, was 11.27 miles, which was the goodest work of the week, as I'll say in perfect grammar. And then yesterday, it seemed right to go to the gym, throw around a couple weights. It was hot and sweaty in the basement of the GAC, and so it was nice to kind of get the body moving again after a 8-hour car ride. And kind of did a little treadmill walk with the lady friend as well to close things out, do a little cardio, and then eat some red koi. And then let's see. So during the week of the beach, we did so like I said, Sunday was a 9-mile run, but that not including that. Monday, could barely walk. I'll say that. So 1 mile walk with the lady friend, 22 minutes. And then that was on the beach. So ankles were hurting badly. And then Tuesday I was like, I have to run. I have to do something to make myself feel better, even if it's like the worst thing I've ever done. So I ran. I felt like my left Achilles was about to pop the whole time. Felt like my left calf was going to cramp at any second. Both of my knees felt like they had both gotten hit by a car. And it was 3 miles, 10 minute 19 pace, hot as can be, 35 minutes. Just
What do you think
not
that
a
was
good
due
run.
to? Your joint issues. Why were you having joint issues, you think?
Man, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. I probably have some disease or some sort of something that's either a genetic disorder or something that's causing all of this, because I don't know at this point, I don't know what's going on. Should probably go to like some sort of neurological doctor to figure that out, but that's for another day. And then let's see. So then I think Thursday I did a little bit longer, a little bit faster, felt a little bit better. So did 9-minute, 38-minute per mile, or 9-minute, 38-second per mile, 4 miles and 4.15 miles. Right. Yeah. And then that was 40 minutes. That was probably the hottest run I've done all year for sure. It was like 100 degrees, just like could not. It was like 8:30 in the morning. It was way too late to be running. And then today, so 11 miles with you. Felt great the whole time. Feeling good now. Hopefully, tomorrow I'll wake up still feeling good and back on the bike and into the pool. Another update for the people: I have alumni league basketball. So I play in a basketball league. We play Monday nights. So those will now substitute probably a run because I play most of the game because we play with older guys, being one of the more fit people on the team. Got to play extra minutes, no load management type deal, no days off. And so that'll probably substitute one of the shorter runs for the week. And then, continuing out for the week will be kind of as normal schedule. But Monday nights will now be my interval 50-minute speed workout. I'm going to try to record most of them. The last game I played, I wore my heart rate monitor and left my watch on the bench connected. And so got some stats for the people on Strava. I'm going to try to keep everybody updated on how the season's going, but that'll carry me through into August. So one run a week will now be a basketball game, which is going to be, I'm excited for. I love hooping. So with that, Joseph, I will let you just take it away because you have done way more than I have this week. So I'm excited to hear about it.
Yeah, well, that's good stuff. I'm glad you were able to get a few things in. Don't get hurt playing alumni league now. Also, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
8:30. It's kind of crazy. 8:30 being late, too late to run now. The weather. I think we just skipped over the 80 degrees. It went from straight 75 to 90 plus in a matter of 2 weeks. It feels like. But anyways, yes, I had a massive week of training. Arguably, it might be the most amount of training I'll do all prep in terms of hours. It was a base building week, and then we're about to transition into building, which would be more, I guess, tempo type stuff along with zone 2 stuff. But it was 17 and a half hours of total training volume, which is a lot. That's the most I've ever done. Never even thought about going that high. Let's go over each different discipline. Biking was just under 30 miles total. Swimming also just under 10,000 yards. I only needed 67 more yards to hit 10,000. Probably should have done that, but oh well. And then riding was about 9.5 hours. So that was about 160 miles. So big week. It's going to be a big week when you look on. It's going to be a big week when you look on Training Peaks and you see a midweek 2-hour ride on a Wednesday, and then a big brick workout on the weekend, 3.5-hour ride into a 45-minute run. Which I will say, I was back in Memphis for that ride, and there were significant portions of the Ironman 70.3 course, Memphis, that had brand new pavement on it. So it is a total shame that they're not bringing that race back because the course seems to be getting improvements. And on those sections, you were able to absolutely fly, which was awesome.
I'd like to interject here. I'm going to call out Ironman. I'm going to say T100, bring a race to Memphis. Since Ironman left us, it's now time for the T100 series to bring a race to Memphis. I'm sure everybody would love it. There's a market here, I promise. So T100, it's time. Bring it home. And Joseph, continue. But I feel like it needed to be said.
Well, there we go. The new up and coming rival of Ironman. I honestly don't know how new T100 is, but it seems like a lot of professionals are jumping ship over to T100. I don't keep up with all the drama, but I've seen it. Sam Long being one who is like a big T100 guy now. Do you have more information on it? I don't know much about it.
I don't, but I will get it this week, and we'll report back to the people. We'll do a deep dive into T100 next week. How about that?
Sounds good. Well, yeah, if they brought it to Memphis, I would be ecstatic. I would probably do it every year because it would be in my backyard essentially. And so, yeah, the ride this weekend was fun.
I
And
was
then
jealous. I really
obviously,
wanted to join you on that.
I know I wish you were there for that because it gets lonely out there sometimes going for 60 miles with no one around you. But and then went right into a 45-minute run, which was supposed to be like an easy zone 1 to 2 pace. And I looked at the Garmin like activity after I recorded it, and it said it was 95 degrees outside, and my heart rate was just breaching 160. I mean, I think my average was 158, but I felt like I was shuffling my feet. I was going so slow. And so that is an issue with the summer being here, but hopefully I get heat acclimated and get a little able to go a little faster with a lower heart rate. But that's just the struggle when the seasons change. And then obviously this morning, long run with you. That was awesome. Thank you for accompanying me. You did an extra 20 minutes with me, which I appreciated. Finish it off around the Shelby Farms Lake, Hyde Lake. So yeah, overall, it was a good week, and I was very proud of myself for doing it in the midst of traveling a round trip of 12 hours to and from Memphis. So that was
Yeah.
nice.
Tough drive. Tough
But
drive.
yeah, I'm worn out right now. But I would love to hear about your trip and maybe these shark attacks that keep happening.
Yeah, unfortunately. Luckily there were no shark attacks that we immediately saw, but just strange wildlife like all through the Gulf. Like apparently there was like a alligator on the beach in Destin yesterday. And then we saw the first day like a 3 or 4 foot little baby shark. And then like Wednesday or Thursday, we saw a manta ray it was huge. It was like, it looked like a shark. And anyway, so then Thursday saw another like, 6 foot shark. And nobody was injured by it, but it was just kind of a little scary time to be in the water. But outside of the shark attacks, good vacation, lots of good food. Um, I'll say the best meal I probably had was at Old Florida Fish House, and it was a redfish with like a crawfish remoulade sauce on top with like a rice pilaf underneath with some cooked vegetables and stuff in there. It was really really
Explain
good.
to me a peel off.
It's like a rice. It looks like a rice mound. Like it's really not like anything special. It's just rice. It was like yellow rice with red bell peppers in it, basically.
Just a
Um,
fancy word.
and so do what?
Just a fancy word.
Yeah, basically. And so, but yeah, it was really good. And then I'll tell you a quick funny story. On the way back, I guess not kind of fun. It's not really funny. It's kind of scary. But we woke up at 4 in the morning to drive back to Memphis because we wanted to avoid traffic. As a lot of people who go to the beach a lot on Saturdays, it's like everyone's going in or going out. So it's like, traffic heavy going up to Birmingham. So we left early, beat the traffic, but we stopped at around 5 o'clock in the morning at Starbucks to get some coffee. I'm a coffee guy.
Before you
Gotta
get
have
in your
it.
story real quick, is there any significant difference in traffic between 4:30 a.m. and 6:30 a.m.? There cannot be that much.
I don't know. And I don't ever really want to find out because I hate traffic. It's one of my biggest pet peeves is just traffic, especially when there's like nothing, there's no wreck or anything. Like you end up getting through the traffic and it's like, why were we all stopped? Like there's not like, why are we slowing down? Anyway, so that was one of the things that my girlfriend was asking. And she was like, why don't we just leave at 6? And I was like, well, I don't want to find out. Like, I don't want to be in the car for that long. So we ended up getting back to Memphis at 12 p.m., noon o'clock. It was great. We felt like we had a full day. But after I got this coffee, about 2 hours later, I almost passed out at the wheel. Like I didn't have any food. So we were about 20 minutes from a Chick-fil-A, and we were going to the Chick-fil-A to get breakfast. And I just like this like weird wave of like tingle like went over me and like felt like it was in my eye, like in my head and stuff. And literally like almost passed out. I like pulled to the side of the road or pulled to the far left lane and was like prepared to like slow down on the brakes and just like go into like slowly move into the wall of the interstate if I needed to. And then after like feeling okay, I got in the right lane and was prepared to like put it on the side of the road if I needed to. Anyway, we got to the Chick-fil-A after like 4 of those like I'm gonna pass out situation. So anyway, a little scary, but it was all good. So
Those
luckily we
those
made it back safe.
NCB
So
those NCBs will catch up to you quickly. Nitro cold brews.
yeah,
Apparently, you didn't know
it
that
was
it was
not.
just significantly more caffeine than a normal cold brew.
Yeah, I had no idea. It's like 300 milligrams of caffeine. So
But you're Mr.
yeah,
Espresso
never gonna
machine
get.
man.
I am. Like I even brought my espresso machine down to the beach to make
Are you
coffee. Like
serious? So you chose the espresso machine over the bike. That's the truth is out. You
the
chose the
espresso machine
espresso
is
machine over the bike.
significantly smaller than my bike. So
I am just saying, if you didn't bring that, you maybe could have had a little bit more space or something.
there was not a whole lot of room in my car for my bike, I will say. So anyway, that's the vacation recap. I would like to. Did you watch any of the U.S. Open today, by chance? The golf tournament?
I caught the ending, and I've gathered a lot of information from Twitter, so I know what happened. And I saw your tweet that you have officially jumped off the Rory bandwagon. You are no longer a Rory
Yeah,
fan. Don't let me put words in your mouth, but he's out in
I'm
your
done.
books.
He's out in
Why?
my books, and I hate to say it because I'm a huge Rory fan. Every time we go to the St. Jude Invitational, I follow Rory. It's like my thing. I'm a huge fan. I've love. He's just great. He's a good golfer, pretty swing. Seems like a good guy. But he's choked too many times in these major championships. I remember a couple years ago at the 150th Open Championship at St. Andrews, he had like a 3-shot lead going into the last round. Ended up losing that. He's always seems to be close in these things. He had a 2-shot lead today with like 4 holes left. Then just absolutely fell apart. Missed like 2-footer and then missed like a 4-footer on the 18th hole to force a playoff or to stay in the lead, stay tied. And when Bryson was like absolutely in the waist area, like just make the 5-footer and you're going to a playoff. No, he had no chance of. Bryson had no chance of making birdie on that hole. And so anyway, so frustrating. Really wanted Rory to win that one. I think a lot of people did. I will say Bryson does not get on my nerves as much as he used to. And I also thought it was hilarious that Brooks Koepka tweeted at him after the win and said, "Welcome to the club, 2-time U.S. Open champion." So it seems like, everybody's kind of okay with Bryson winning. So I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I've got multiple thoughts. I guess my thoughts on Rory. It's hilarious to me. He's always so close, yet so far away. He can't string together 4 days of golf, and he seems to always choke when he gets up in the lead, but he's always near the top. But it's funny. I guess rooted for Rory. Like whenever I go to the St. Jude tournament in Memphis, it is cool to see him because he's been one of the top golfers in the world for pretty much my whole life, it seems, for as long as I can remember. So it's cool to see him play. Obviously a good golfer, but he can't string it together. And the fact that it keeps continuing to happen makes me laugh, especially in the midst of all his personal drama going on. I guess the good news
Yeah,
of it, he's back with his wife. They're not getting a divorce anymore, for what that's worth. But
they might after
he
this.
seemed,
That might be the dagger.
yeah, yeah. But I did see a video of him storming out of the clubhouse and speeding away. And the rumor was it was before even Bryson signed his scorecard. Rory was just so angry he had to get out of there, which I understand, but that's
Totally get
just
it.
the cherry on top. He can't pull it together, and he can't keep his emotions pulled together. He's it just makes me laugh. So there's my thoughts on Rory.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Bryson, I would say I have been a Bryson supporter since the beginning. Even when him and Brooks had the beef, it actually made me so mad that so many people sided with Brooks, because I thought in the situation that I'm referring to, it's the video of Bryson walking by when Brooks is getting interviewed and Brooks rolling his eyes, if anyone remembers that.
Great
And I
video.
just thought I just thought Brooks looked like the biggest diva ever. Like, grow up. You're playing professional golf, and you can't stand this human so much. You are like a sixth grade girl rolling your eyes at him. And so since then, I always sided on Bryson because he is just authentic. He's himself. He doesn't really care what anyone thinks of him. He has his quirks. He's a quirky, kind of odd guy. But he doesn't care. He's going to do his thing. He's going to nuke the ball off the tee. He's going to have his weird putting grip, and he's going to have all his little science methodologies that he follows, such as salting his golf balls, if you caught that this weekend, him talking about that. It's just him. He does his thing, and I saw a tweet that said that whoever runs Bryson's PR team needs a raise. And the thing is, I don't think he has a PR team. I mean, I guess he probably does, but he's always just been himself. Even wearing that stupid hat, he's going to do himself, go out there and play golf, and I love it. And I hated when people hated him for doing that. It made no sense to me. And now everyone's jumping ship and saying, he doesn't annoy me as much as he used to. Well, he hasn't changed. So good for Bryson today. I think it was awesome.
He's admitted to toning it down a little bit. He said he used to lean into it a little bit. He has admitted that he didn't handle things in the past very correctly and has tried to cool it down with some of the nerd talk that he used to do, and just like trying to be like smarter than thou and all that. He did say that he's kind of, tried to just kind of do his own thing as far as the nerd out stuff, but not like force it on everybody else.
Yeah,
so that's
I
the
guess
part
now
I think that everybody's kind of talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess now too, though, people are asking him about it. For instance, his 3D clubs. That's the biggest nerd thing ever, yet there's no way you can be a reporter and not ask about that, because that is just so interesting.
Right.
And so new.
Yeah.
But he had a good performance.
I can't wait to see the YouTube video.
The YouTube video for what?
Him winning the U.S. Open. It'll be like, I won the U.S. Open in all caps with like his double hands raised.
Oh yeah,
probably
on his personal YouTube page. Yeah. Did you see his putt? Yeah. I mean, not his putt. His chip out of the bunker on 18.
Yeah, it was sick.
That was a crazy shot, and he had to get up and down from there to win, and he did exactly what he needed to do. Apparently, there was a 1.7% chance that he would have went up and down in that scenario, and he did, which is pretty cool.
Wow. Yeah. It was a great shot. I mean, when he went in the bunker, I looked at my brother and I was like, we're going to a playoff. And then he had I will say he had a great lie, and just up and down. I mean, he's a pro's pro, gets it done, 2-time major champ. So shout out.
You
Bryson
think it was a great lie? Yeah. You think it was a great? I don't know I didn't see if it was sitting up or anything, but he was like right in front of a big, not cliff, but ledge that he had to get up and over.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not talking about what was in front. I'm just saying on the sand. I mean, it was an easy pop up chip for a pro. I mean, not for one of us, but for a pro, that's pretty straightforward chip. So, and he had been scrambling well all day.
It was not
easy. I don't know the stats on it, but yeah. Well, I definitely am not saying it's easy. Definitely not. But
you literally just said it was easy for a pro. For
a pro, it should be. I mean, you see Rory's up and down from the bunker.
That was an insanely hard shot.
I don't know.
Roll the clip. Ask the audience. It was a very hard shot. Like I said, 1.7% chance that he would have went up and down from there.
I need to see that stat somewhere. All
right, I'll send it. We can flash it up on the screen.
Okay. Yeah, I'll flash it up for the people. Anyway, we'll move on. We'll move on from this U.S. Open talk. The Omaha Vols. They are. Give me 1 second. I'll find the score. So they won the crazy game against Florida State on Friday night. Comeback win. I don't know. Did you stay up and watch the whole thing?
I did watch it all on Friday. It was nuts.
Let's see. They're showing just the video of a bullpen. I think we were up 3-0 the last time, or the Tennessee Vols were up 3-0 the last time I looked at it. So obviously, well on their way to, looking good for for the I see your text message now. All right, let's look at this.
Read it out loud and
Lou
read the name
Stagner.
of the account. What does it say in
Lou
parentheses?
Stagner, Golf Stat Pro.
Read
According
it
to
out
who,
loud.
Bryson's bunker shot on 18 was from 55 yards. He hit it to 3 feet 11 inches. Chances of hitting it inside 4 feet was 1. Okay, you didn't say that. 1 point hitting it inside of 4 feet was about 1.7%.
Which is
One of the
essentially
greatest clutch
getting up
shots
and
of all
down.
time.
Which is essentially getting up and
No, I
down.
mean hitting it inside of 10 feet is getting it up and down.
You got to make a 10-foot putt, though.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I get that. I mean, but you can make that stat almost as good as you want it to if you're talking about inside of a certain amount of feet. But anyway, we're digressing at this point. It was okay. I'll agree with you. It was a hard shot. Okay. Anyway, talking about Tennessee Vols, I'm calling it right now. I think they make at least to the championship series. What do you say?
I mean, yeah, they're looking good. Actually, we started this whenever it was 0-0. I'm pretty sure. So I haven't seen it since I quit watching it then. But I mean, great comeback win on Friday night. Electric 4 wins in the bottom of the ninth to win it. And really, what I would like to focus on is the College World Series as a whole. And I don't know about you, but for me, I haven't watched a single second of the NBA Finals, but I've watched multiple games of the College World Series, and I think that the College World Series is putting the finals to shame. I don't know what the ratings say, but as far as entertainment goes, the first round of games, there was 4 of them. 3 of the 4 ended in walk-off runs. Teams coming back and then ending it at the bottom of the ninth in a walk-off. Tennessee game included, and the others. And it's just so fun to watch. This time of year, it rolls around, and it just kind of springs up out of nowhere, and everyone's glued to it. It's electric. There's runs on runs on runs. What was the final score of the Tennessee game? 11-10?
It was like 11-10 or 12-11, I think.
I think that's what it was. I mean, that's fun right there. I'm not a big baseball guy, but when they're scoring runs, when it's high-powered offense, I love it. And so I'm going to continue watching. Obviously, hope that the Vols keep doing well. They're fun to watch. I'm actually learning the players' names for the first time in a while, so that's good.
Oh yeah.
But
I usually watch. I've been watching Tennessee baseball this year. I'm a fan of Tennessee baseball. I've been watching it since Tony Vitello got there. Because before that, they were horrible and the coach was bad, so not really much to watch. And then he got there and kind of changed the vibe of the program, the kind of the bad boys of college baseball, which is awesome. Also, I will say, we've been back from commercial for like 4 minutes on this, or 3 minutes, and we still have yet to see a score, which is
it's 4-0.
4-0. Okay, great. Well, thank you for that. Hadn't seen a score, so I'll quit turning around. But yeah, the College World Series also is like perfectly timed. I think it's like right after like all the good stuff has kind of happened, and then it's like okay, it's like the NBA Finals are like winding down, and then it's like College World Series is like right there. So kind of gets you through the end and into like July 4th and whatnot. And then by that time, we'll have NCAA 14 or NCAA 14. We'll have EA Sports College Football 25 come out, and then we'll be so back to football. So anyway, any other comments on the College World Series?
No, that's all I had on it.
Do you have any gripes from this week or no?
That's a good question. I didn't think about it much. I guess my gripe is I'm so tired of driving back and forth from Memphis to Knoxville. I just did it 10 days ago, and I had to do it again this weekend, which I'm glad I did, but I guess I'm ready to quit making this drive. There's my gripe. You have one, though. I think maybe about coffee, maybe your espresso machine.
No, I changed it. It's just AC machines. They suck. At least the one in my parents' house is not ideal because it's been broken for like 4 years. I feel like it's 78 degrees up here. It's so hot. I'm sweating. I've had 4 fans going in my room all day. And I'm very excited to buy a house. So hopefully by the end of the year we'll be in our own real estate
I'm
investment.
I'm very surprised that you haven't invested in a portable AC unit by now, because it seems like you are always having issues in that back upstairs room. But at least
It's horrible.
my family, we used to have AC issues, and we had to get a new AC unit. But before then, when we were younger, we would all pile into my parents' bedroom and throw up the portable AC unit, and it would make that room so cold. You had to keep the doors closed, but
I'm
it
gonna
got the
see
job
how
done.
much one of those is. How much is one of those, Joseph?
I don't know. We've had it for a while because our upstairs room gets very hot, so that's where we park it.
I might have to get one of these off Amazon. Holy, that is a big old fan. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it. I've got a Amazon gift card. Maybe I can make something work.
There we go.
50, $60. Sweet.
Dude, that thing's probably crappy.
All right, we'll take a look into it. Yeah, AC units, man. I think it's time for my parents to admit defeat and get a new AC unit up here because it is not good.
How old's the
But
unit, you
outside of that,
think?
man, that's all. I mean, they've been in this house 21 years, 20 years.
I think isn't that the lifespan for a unit, like 20 years?
Yeah, I think so. It's time. So, but with that, we'll say Happy Father's Day as your good word. Shout out to all the dads out there. I know me and you've got a set of two good ones. So, or I guess a set of good ones. And
Both of us have
I
both
don't
of
have two
us we
dads.
have two both of us each have two great fathers. That's right. I'm thankful for both of my fathers.
Yeah. No, yeah, a set of good ones. So, shout out to Tyke. You're the man. Love you. And hope you've had a great day. Bought his lunch today, so that was my
Wow.
gift to my
That was
dad
kind of you.
today.
I didn't make my dad lunch today, but he made me muffins this morning for breakfast, with which I was very
Nice.
thankful. So, Dad, love you. Hope you had a great day today.
Yeah. All right, man. We'll get out of here. Good pod.
Good pod. Deuces, everyone.